Hello, today let's look at one of the workflow requests that I come across from customers and also a frequent request in Business Central forums. That is how to create a workflow that sends approval requests to more than one user but requires approval from one of them. For example, let's take purchase order approval workflow. And in that purchase order approval workflow, the approval request needs to be sent to more than one user. But if one of them approves the request, the purchase order should be released without waiting for approval from other approvers. So let's check how to set up approval workflow for this scenario. Let's go to Business Central. I have 3 users in my database: admin, Greg, and Sanjay. Let's set up workflow user groups. So this is the first step in the solution. So let's create workflow user group called purchase approval team and provide a description. And here we need to add approval users. So let's go to approval users and let's add admin as unlimited approver and also approval administrator. Similarly, add Greg as limited approver and lastly add Sanjay with approver ID, let's say admin, and with approval limit 100. So let's select admin here who has sequence number 1 and select the other approver, which is Greg. Also set the sequence number as 1. So this is the first step in our solution. Don't forget to set sequence number as 1 for both. Let's close this one and go to workflows and create a new workflow from template. So let's select purchase order approval workflow. Here, let's check the approval of a purchase document is requested. What should happen here? So here, one of the responses will be create an approval request for the record using approver type approver and approver limit type as approver chain. So change the approver type from approver to workflow user group and select the user group that we selected just now, which is purchase approval team. And click OK here. And the second line has the condition as pending approvals equal to 0. Then it will remove the record restriction and release the document. But whereas in our case, we need any of the approval is enough. So let's go to the condition and add a filter called number of approved requests and add it as 1. So remove the pending approvals and just keep number of approved requests to 1, or we can remove this one and set it always as well. And we need to add one more response here, which is approve the approval request for the record. So why we are adding this response is if one approver approves the request, then the record will be removed from his requests to approve screen, but this second user will still see that request in his requests to approval page. So in order to remove that record from all the other users, we are adding this response. So let's click OK here, and we don't need the third line. So just remove this third line from here. We are good for now. So just enable the workflow, and right now I logged in as admin. So let's log into the user Sanjay. So let's go to purchase orders and select any purchase order which has amount greater than 100 and go to the request approval and send approval request. So an approval request has been sent and status has been changed to pending approval. Now, if we go back to admin user and we can say approval requests, here we can see two requests sent to admin and Greg as per our workflow user groups. Now, if I go to requests to approve, here I can see that purchase order waiting for admin's approval. Similarly, let's go to Greg's login and check for requests to approve. So Greg also has the entry for approval. So if one of these approvers, either Greg or admin approves, then the purchase order should release, and also that requests to approve should be removed for other user. So let's go ahead and approve from Greg's login. So now I'm approving from here. So the record has gone from here. Now first go to the Sanjay's account and see if the purchase order has released or not. So as you can see, the purchase order has released successfully. And the other request is to remove the entry from admin's requests to approval screen. So let's close this page and reopen requests to approve. So the record has gone from here as well.